Alright, so the very first thing we're gonna do is kind of disassemble, if that's the word for it. So the pen that I'm using is Papermate Ink Joy Gel 0.7, and make sure that it's the retractable one, not the... I know that they have one that you take, like it has a lid and it's not retractable, so just make sure you're getting the correct pen. Alright, so it's kind of difficult to actually like turn this. There you go. So you just have to remove it. So you have the tip, and you have the spring and the pen itself. Then you just tilt it, and then you get this. So they're together. Make sure you don't lose it. So this small part, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 small parts. Make sure you don't lose them. So what I would highly suggest is put them in a kind of a bag or a Ziploc. Let me see if I can find one right now near me. Can't really find one. It's because my dog is sitting on my lap right now, so I can't really move. But so like this one, like a sealable bag. Just see, now it roll out. So you just put them inside, making sure you don't lose anything. Okay. There. And now what you're gonna do with this one is you're gonna have to take out this part. I know some people doesn't and leave it like that, but for me, I would like to take it out. Okay, so my battery just died. I'm back. So you're just gonna use this one. I forgot what this is called, but I'm gonna put somewhere on the screen. And you're gonna go ahead and hold it. I'm gonna go this side. Be careful, okay? Because it could be dangerous and you could like snap it and it's gonna fly in your face. Be careful. So as you can see, I'm holding it there. There you go. So you just hold it tight and twist. Be careful not to break your pen, okay? Just slowly. I swear it's easier before I did this, but let me go ahead and try. Okay, again, hold it tight. There you go. I just snapped it with this one. See? And it's off. And there you go. So in here you can see there's still a little bit of bump right there. Like you can see here. I'm not sure if you can really see it. Let me go ahead and go closer. You're not making this easy for me. Come on, zoom. Zoom. It's not zooming in for you guys. Normally it would automatically zoom in. There you go. Alright, as you can see, there, that part, there's still some sticking out. So what you can do is you can sand it, or you can use a nail file to sand it down. So what I would do is I would just use a nail file if it's not that big, but sometimes I leave like a big chunk, so I have to like sand it with a sander. So this one I'm just using a regular nail file and sanding it down. There it's going down. There you go. I think that's a little bit better. You don't have to like make it perfect since you're gonna cover it with a paint or a glitter. So you can see it's a little bit sanded down. You can go for a little bit more to make it flat. There you go. I think that's good. There, see? Can't see it anymore. So again, the nail file will be fine. So after, now that you're done with that, I would just wipe it clean. So that way when you kind of paint it or spray paint it, I usually go for spray paint. That way it's easier and it dries quicker compared to paint or acrylic paint. So let me go ahead and see if I can find a stick. It's really difficult because I have my dog on my lap, like I said earlier, so I'm really limited to the things that I can really find around me. So you guys have an idea what it looks like. I'm going to show you quickly. It's my dog and she's laying on my lap. So I can't really move, but I feel so bad. So I feel really bad because I don't want to wake her up. And she seems very comfortable. But I think I might have to bring her down and I'll be right back. Alright, I am back, and so like I said, you just need wet wipes to kind of wipe it down, just because you don't want those tiny grains to be on your paint, because it's going to leave an ugly look, even though you are going to put rhinestone on top of it. I don't know, it's just me. I prefer it that way. And then you're going to need a stick to put it inside. So if it like slides down like this, like see, sometimes it slides down, but for some reason this one doesn't. So what I would do is I would just use a stick, and then that's where I spray paint everything. And that depends on the kind of color you want it to go for your pen. But if it does slide down, so what you can do is you can get a, I think you call this blue tack, this one. I think that's what you call it. I'm not really quite sure. So I would just go ahead and put it on the bottom like this. So that way it doesn't slide down. There. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to be right back. Alright, so now that I'm back, as you can see, I just spray painted this thing into gold. It does kind of look orange, but it is gold. That's because I will be using this color of rhinestone that is called Golden Girls from Happy Glam Life. I'm not sure if you can focus, but it's a really, really beautiful, pretty color. Oh my gosh, do you see that? It is beautiful. Alright, so this one is in size SS16, and normally I combine SS16 and SS12, but for this case I only have the SS16. The only reason why I put SS12 is for the top over here. Over here on the top, but I can work with this too, so it's fine. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and get all the tools that I need to get the rhinestone on this pen. Okay, so as you can see, it's already dry because spray paint tend to dry faster. Now it depends on what kind of spray paint you use. You got to make sure you choose the quick dry spray paint. Alright, so I have here my tray, my rhinestone, my pen, and my glue. There you go. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and put some of the rhinestone that I need. So like I said, this is going to be SS16 in color Golden Girls. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the description below so you can find where I buy all of this stuff, and of course my pen. So let's go ahead and start over here on the very bottom. You gotta make sure you don't put a lot, okay? So try first before you start going all in. Oh my gosh, this color is so beautiful. Can you just, I don't know if you can zoom in properly. Can you see it? Like, that is such a beautiful color. You can see, it just sparkles. And on the bottom, it's clear. So let's go back. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. And the more you do this, the faster you get, just because you're just so used to it. I usually do this like if I'm sitting down watching television after we eat dinner and I'm just relaxing. You know, it does take a lot of time, but it's just not focusing. Okay, there you go. It takes a lot of time, but when you're like relaxing and just doing like watching, if you can multitask like that, then it goes by fast. But if you're just focusing on making it, it does tend to take a lot of time. And to me, the only time that I'm having a struggle doing rhinestone stuff, if I have to use the smallest one, which is the SS12. I know there's one that is way smaller than that. I forgot what the size is. But, and when you're doing letter or design, like, it's really difficult. And you're trying to fill in the gap, because as much as possible, you don't want any gap. So if you're hearing any noise in the background, that's because I am curing some tumblers. So I also do epoxy tumblers and sublimation tumblers. So the noise in the background is my epoxy tumblers turning. So as you can see, there's like a big gap, and it's annoying because you can't fit anything in there. Do you see that gap right there? Now I'm gonna have to figure out how to get rid of that gap. But I think I'm just gonna go ahead and give a little bit more space. Maybe. Like that. Because I don't have the SS12. Normally it would be faster and easier if I have the SS12. So I'm not sure if you can see. There's a little bit of gap in between, but what I'm talking about is as much as possible, you want it to be as close to each other as possible. But when I do that, I have a gap. Look, I'm going to show you. You have to work really fast with this kind of glue, just because they dry very quick. Let me go ahead and move them. There, you see, it's like you can't fit another SS16, you need an SS12. There, it's going to be lifting if you try to fit one in. See, it's like on top of each other. You see that? Let me go ahead and figure this out. Alright, so I'm back. As you can see, it's not really that visible up close, especially if you put a lot of rhinestone. I'm gonna go ahead and put the next layer. Now for the next layer, you would want to make sure that you put it in between the first layer rhinestone. So, okay, there. So you would have to do that. I know some people put it like straight, but for me, I like to put it in between. There you go. I'm not sure if you can... Why is it going out of focus every single time? There. And it's gonna look a lot better once it's done. Right now it looks kind of weird. But it's gonna look a lot better once you start filling it up. So I know a lot of people use different types of glue to put their rhinestone. For fabric, if you're putting it on clothes or any fabric or ribbons, I've heard that people use the fabric glue. I think it's called, I really forgot what they are called, but you're gonna see like fabric tack or something like that, and it's gonna say permanent and it's gonna say washable, so you can wash that one. For this one is also permanent tack, and this one I used the gem tack. But there's also one that I saw she's using Gorilla Glue, which is you can also do if you're trying to do like a pen. But for tumblers, I wouldn't suggest that one just because you do have to wash your cup. But again, you know, it really depends on you. On my next video, I'm going to go ahead and create a cup so I can show you what I usually do with the cup. It's usually the same thing, but it's just a little bit bigger rhinestone. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do the one with a name because the name is just very difficult and it's very time consuming. So I think I'm just going to go do an entire color of a cup and no name. There, see? So don't worry about the white color. It's gonna go clear as soon as it dries. Just make sure the glue that you're using dries clear. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so I'm gonna be right back because I don't want you guys to be waiting on this to fill, and I'm pretty sure you guys are not gonna watch the entire thing. It's gonna take longer, so I'm gonna go ahead and be right back, and I'm gonna go ahead and continue it maybe halfway or when I got here. I'm not really quite sure yet, but I'll be right back. Alright, so now we're on the very top, as you can see, and let's go ahead and finish this up. So I really wish I ordered the SS12 to just make it a little bit better. Just because I am a little bit of OCD, so if I don't see the way that I wanted it to be, I get really anxious. But I can just deal with this one. I actually found a way that it would look better. It doesn't look that obvious. It's just that because I'm making it, so I'm criticizing it. Because sometimes I would just show it to my husband and my husband wouldn't even see any flaws. But until I point it out to him, then that's only the time that he's gonna see it, which goes to show that it's not really the pen itself, it's just the, you know, me, because I can find it. So if you're selling it, don't be too hard on yourself. It's handmade, and you know, you can't make it too perfect, but this is what it looks like. It looks so beautiful. So by the time that you get to the top, I'm not really sure if you can see that. Okay, you can see this part. It's still empty. So what I normally do, I fill it up with the SS12, and just like what I said, but you can also, you know, work with this one. So I'm going to show it to you guys. Just put, I'm running out. I have to refill it. Oh, also the glue that I have, I'm not sure if I mentioned it. This glue, it actually has like a needle end to it, but I took it off because my silly self forgot to cover it and the glue dried. So this is what the needle looks like inside of it. I'm not sure if it's gonna focus. There's too much going on the there, I think. Yeah, I think that's better. But it's very thin. It goes at the end of this glue, but it's fine. So here we go. Just gonna try my best to not let it be too close to the, because you want the hole to have a space, okay? As much as possible, it's good to put it outwards than inward because you need that space for the clicker or the, you know, the retractable pen mechanic thing. Alright, so it's sticking out a little bit, as you can see, but it's not really that bad. Just push it in a little bit. I'm sorry if sometimes I'm going out of the the frame, just because my eyes are really bad and I'm not wearing my glasses right now. So that's what you do, just put it around like that. You know, I was thinking, because I have some SS12 here, and I was thinking of using another color, but it doesn't really make sense if I do. So I just let it be. So there you go. Just push it a little bit. There. You know, at this point, you don't have to make it too perfect. You just have to make sure that it's not blocking anything, or you're not blocking the hole too much. You can put a little bit, you can push it in a little bit. It's not going to affect anything. I realize that I'm out of the frame, but you see what I did? You can just push it a little bit, but not too much, making sure the press thingy is still going to go through, and I'm going to show it to you in just a minute. So as you can see, don't touch this part. As you can see here, this one is almost dry. That's why it's a little bit clear, but it would be a lot clearer later on. And this one still has white because the glue is still wet. It looks absolutely beautiful. So let's move on to the small part. Oh, before I try to assemble it back again, I wanted you to see that this is still how much I have left. Like, it didn't even seem like I used anything. I think this one is the 2,000 pieces, and this one is $7.20 before tax. So yeah, it says SS16, and like I said, it doesn't seem like I even used anything. So this is 2,000 pieces of SS16, so there's a lot. Probably you can get away with I would say 5 pens, if not even more, to get, you know, the full pen. But yeah, so I'm gonna put everything to the side. So we have all of these. Get them out. Make sure everything is there. Okay, so this is the clicking part that I was telling you about. That makes sure that you have enough space for this to go through and that you can press it up and down. So you put that inside like this, and you put the pen, oops, you put the pen back. There you go. And then this one. Be careful not to push it too much, because if the glue isn't dry yet, it could move. So try not to hold it tight. Just be gentle. So there you go. That's what it looks like. It looks absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to zoom you a little bit now. There. That is what that looks like. That looks absolutely beautiful. I like it so much, and I think it looks beautiful. So this part, like, it goes in and out, so you can see. I hope it can focus, because I want you guys to see. Come on, focus for me. Come on, there you go. As you can see, it's just right. It's not blocking anything, but it's also not rubbing onto the metal. And when you turn it like that, it's not sticking out anymore. It's just perfect. So SS16 is the best size for doing the pens. Oh my gosh, I am obsessed with this color. So I did the gold. I'm going to take out the green color because it's not pretty. So I did the gold. It's so beautiful. Did the gold. I also did this is crystal. There. And you can tell it's really beautiful because this doesn't have any filter. And this is the, I think this is Boss Babe. Looks cute. I am obsessed. Okay, so my battery died again. It keeps dying on me. So as I was saying earlier, is when you finish making it, make sure you keep the pen with you for at least 24 hours. Keep it with you and move it around. You know, just don't try to take out the rhinestone, but just move it around, right? Move it around like that. And then make sure no rhinestone is moving, no rhinestone is coming off. So that way the customer doesn't get to return it to you or complain, or, you know, you don't want customer receiving faulty products. So like, keep doing that. Just make sure all the rhinestone are intact. Nothing is coming off, right? So just hold your finger like this and keep turning. So if you feel any rhinestone move, that means you need to put that rhinestone back and put more glue, and that's how you do it. So there you go. See, nothing is moving because this is dry already. And this is the other one. So I don't want to do that here because the moment I do that, it's gonna come off, and I don't really want to mess up my work. So before I end this video, I want to say top 3 things to consider and think about before you do the rhinestone. Number 1 is make sure you use the right correct glue. So if you're putting it on a fabric, make sure that you are using glue that is made for fabric, and make sure that it is not, you know, it's not going to come off easily. Make sure it's permanent. Make sure that it is not water resistance, but waterproof. You know, it doesn't come off. And if you're going to put it on things like this, like pens, or this one, the Starbucks tumbler that I have, right? Make sure you use also a permanent one, but make sure it dries clear. So that's number 1. And number 2, when you consider doing a rhinestone stuff, you would hear a lot of things that they will tell you, oh, glass rhinestones sparkle better than resin. And that's not true. Well, if the resin rhinestone is an AB finish, it does have the tendency to not sparkle as much as the glass. However, if you buy a resin rhinestone that has an AB coating or a metallic coating, so this is metallic coating and these two are AB coating, they shine exactly like the glass and exactly like how a Swarovski would shine, especially if it gets hit by the sunlight. I would show you guys a glass rhinestone, and I can show you the difference later on in another video. The price difference is a little bit, it's just a little bit, I would say about $2 or something for resin and the glass. However, that would be $2 for every 1,000 pieces, I think. Because I know for the glass rhinestone, I see that they're selling it for 1,440 pieces per $8. I think that's what it is. This one is 1,000 pieces for $5. So that's already $3 difference, right? And for, like I said, if you're making pens, that's absolutely fine. But if you're making a cup, this one has about, I would say 9,000 or 10,000, more or less. 10,000 rhinestone. So that's 3 times 10. I'm not sure if they have like a bulk price or something like that, or more discount the more you buy. I'm not really quite sure, but so far I've only been using resin, and I've not had any problem or customer complain to me about the resin. And of course, the next one is that they would tell you that do I seal it, do I not seal it? Now it's up to you if you want to seal your rhinestone. I have not sealed my rhinestone, and this also comes back to the glass and the resin. people will say that the resin would, I don't know, like they were saying that it would not be as shiny later on, or it is bound for a wear and tear faster than the glass. Again, I have not really had a customer come back to me and tell me, hey, you know, the product that you gave me isn't shiny anymore, or it only took this much. And I'm selling the cups, so they wash this every day. And so far, no complaints that there's no shine anymore, you know. However, you do have to give a care card. And by that, I mean, let me see if I can find the tumbler care card. Sorry, the rhinestone care card. I'm looking for it right now. Okay, so my tumbler cup has a care card. I also have one for the pen, but I don't have it with me right now, and I'm really lazy to stand up. But this is a care card that I usually give along together with my customers when they buy the rhinestone or pens, or any, actually it's not just rhinestone, any product. I give a care card, so that way they know how to take care of it, they know how to wash it, and they know what not to do and what to do to keep the product looking new, you know. So that's very important when you're selling rhinestone. Make sure you have care card depending on the kind of product that you're selling. If it's a clothing, if it's cups, if it's pen, make sure that if you are selling this, have a care card. That way your customer wouldn't come back to you and telling you that, oh, you know, this happened, that happened, because when they come back to you and they didn't follow your instructions, you know, that's something to consider. Because for me, like I said, I've always had my customer have the care card, and before I give it to them, I make sure that I tell them, hey, there's a care card for this product to show you how you wash it or how you handle it. So yeah, that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions, do comment down below, and do not forget to hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!